morning, beautiful people. So today I got a word, and it's a very, very strategic word. So today, right, I was going through my Bible study, and yes, I had a friend yesterday who talked to me, and she was like, "It feels like she's doing everything right, and nothing good comes out of it, or it's no result, and all of that." I'm like, and she doesn't feel motivated to keep doing, but she's trusting God. And I was like, God, give me something to tell this girl. I don't have anything. Give me something to tell this girl. And when I was praying this morning, the Lord revealed the story of Joseph, Abraham, and Esther to me. And it was like, oh, look at Joseph. God promised him, oh, you're going to rise above your brothers. You're going to be this. You're going to be that. I'm going to put you here. But where did he end up? He ended up getting sold by his brothers, and after getting sold, he had some entanglement with Potiphar's wife, trying to challenge him to, commit adultery with her, to sleep with her, and he was like, no. And she blackmailed him, and he landed himself in prison. This was when God told, oh, I'm going to raise you. He was still trusting. He was in prison, suffering for what? For being a good person, suffering for doing the right things. He wasn't seeing the results yet. The same thing happened to Abraham. God told him, I'm going to make you father of all nations, but he was the father of barrenness until his old age, when God decided, okay, this is the right time. The same thing happened to Esther and Mordecai, Esther's uncle. God appointed Mordecai to be queen, but at some point it felt like her people were going to be slaughtered and killed and cleared. So Mordecai was the one to save the king from the people who were plotting to kill him, but he wasn't rewarded. So look at Joseph. After some time, Joseph was, going through the pain. I knew if it was to be today, he would have cost God and a lot of things. Because why would I be in prison when I did something right? Why am I? I'm meant to be rewarded. But the ways of the Lord is not our ways. I believe He put him through that season in order to lift him. But what Joseph didn't know was that there was a time coming for him. He didn't know that, right? And after that, he was in a prison. Suddenly, the baker came, and with the other one came into the prison. They were there, they had the dream. Joseph was the one who revealed the dream, and after some time they were released. And while they were going, Joseph was like, please remember me. But they went out, they didn't remember Joseph. Nothing. And I believe that it was because it wasn't his time yet. So when the king had a dream and every of his seers and all of that couldn't interpret the dream, that was when the baker was like, oh, I have someone, Joseph. He interprets dreams a lot, and they are true. So the king was like, go call me Joseph. And that was how Joseph was lifted, from interpreting the king's dream to getting lifted. And God placed him there ahead of time for the famine that is going to attack his family. So Joseph could have easily decided, to have fun with his wife, with Potiphar's wife, and God knows it would have ended him up in jail and even death, because Potiphar's husband was going to kill him. Potiphar himself was going to kill him. The same thing happened to Abraham. He tried to put matters into his hands, and then he gave birth to Ishmael. But God was like, you do whatever you want, but that's not, you're not getting anything. Ishmael is not going to be the one carrying the prophecy. It was going to be Isaac. So you can try to find your way, but so long it's not God's decision, so long it's not God's choice, you are just making up for time, as long as it's not yet time. The same thing happened to Esther. God placed Esther ahead of time to be queen before her people. So Mordecai, which was Esther's uncle, was there, he helped the king. The king didn't reward him. But at the right time, the king remembered him, rewarded him, gave him his own robe to wear. Did what? Put him on a horse for him to ride. And the person who led him by the horse was his greatest enemy, who was the one who was trying to, make him submit to him, but he did not submit. So it's just so beautiful how you think you're doing right and God is not seeing it. You think you're doing the right things and it feels like someone who is doing wrong is prospering. They are not prospering. It's just that God is teaching you. He's taking you to the process to understand. He's trying to place you at that place when it is the right time. So, beautiful people, this is the word I got from God this morning. That don't try to put matters into your hand if it's not yet your season. Just go through the process. It's not the easiest thing. I know. I've been there. I am there. It's not the easiest place to be, to obey, to trust. Just like Abraham, when there's nothing for you and it feels like time is passing away, it feels like everybody is gotten what they want, and it feels like you're fading away, and it feels like God doesn't care, He doesn't hear you. And I know that God will care. He does care, just like He did with his his disciples when they were in the boat, when the storm was coming. They tapped him. Jesus, don't you care about us? We are drowning. He said, I do care. And then he made the storm calm down. So God sees your storm. He sees everything. He's just waiting for the right time. And sometimes it might be out of your disobedience as well. So it might not always be God sometimes. So you should look out for the things God is asking you to do. Make sure you're on track. When he says go here, go here. When he says go here, go here. And at the right time, he's going to place you where you're meant to be. So that's the word I have today. Beautiful word. And without further ado, I'm running somewhere. I'm going to see you guys next time. Bye.